But like I said, it's not that I'm just predicting events, it's the pattern recognition. Everything I'm seeing, different people that I'm listening to who have good discernment and who I've previously connected the dots that they are authentic and they're being truthful. And so it's compounding and it just keeps growing and expanding over time the more that you're paying attention to it as well. So before I learned about everything with INFJs, the 16 personality types, and started studying it, like I said, some of these things were already happening my entire life on their own, but it wasn't until I really understood it and paid more attention to it that that superpower became stronger and much more effective. And I'm really thankful for that because we all know what happened in 2020 and just around these years. And so I was really blessed to be able to not only, I think, discern the information very wisely and correctly, but understand how to best use my own approach to share it with others and to not be overbearing about anything, but be consistent at the same time and have the confidence to be able to create content, share posts and all that kind of stuff, and feel like I was mostly on the right track. And here I am years later, still doing it and feeling good about that. Okay, so just to wrap up, let me give you some more maybe interesting notes about this INFJ superpower that we have. So real life applications, how do INFJs use this? We can spot group dynamic shifts very early. So just one example that I like to use from my Marine Corps days is if there was a meeting of some kind. This has nothing to do with the Marine Corps or military in general, but anytime I was in a group with a wide variety of people, I could gauge kind of how they're feeling, things they're thinking about. If, oh, those two are kind of buddy buddy over there, and they don't like this guy or girl, different things like that. Stuff that most people would not be able to pick up, INFJs can pick up in a matter of seconds. And so that stuff really is a superpower that can help us navigate relationships, conflicts, and different things. Another way we use the skill of introverted intuition is avoiding pitfalls. Kind of on the same topic, when you can really gauge interpersonal and world events of any kind, you can really not only warn others, but be careful yourself and avoid pitfalls. Problem solving, reverse engineering outcomes for solutions. I've definitely done this many times, even when most of the time it wasn't necessarily my plan to reverse engineer something. But going back to being able to predict outcomes or events, once we get to that hunch or light bulb moment where we're pretty much 100% sure that a certain number of things are going to happen, let's say 1 to 2 years into the future, then if there's some goal that I'm working towards of any kind, then I can basically place myself at that 2 year from now mark and say, okay, this is where I want to be at that point. So what do I need to do starting now and moving forward to get to that point? And that is also a huge superpower. I mean, just planning and having goals in general. But then when you can kind of predict where the world's going to be at years later, even more than 50%, that's, again, very powerful. And I've done that many times. I could give some specific examples, but I'm trying to keep this a little bit short and just wrapping up now. A couple more things you're going to like at the end of this. And make sure, if you haven't already, that you subscribe, turn on the bell for INF Genius, because I'm going to be doing more videos like this and just more ways to kind of tie all of this together and share with you not only my experiences as an INFJ, but how understanding this kind of stuff can really help you with all of your goals. Whether that's a goal 1 week from now or 6 months, either way, or 5 years. The challenges of intuition. Here's one that INFJs will complain about a lot, and I'll probably do some videos myself about. Self-doubt, overthinking, misinterpretation. So self-doubt, that's when others dismiss our insights. That's what I do. I pet dogs and I play piano and I think deep about stuff. So it's hard not to doubt ourselves, even for someone like me who's really tested my intuition. I've put myself out there. I've put in the time to try to back up my intuition with logic and God-given discernment and tie it all together. It's really hard not to doubt yourself, whoever you are, but especially with something as kind of fleeting, floating, hard to explain, not tangible, something like intuition. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge every day, every week. Overthinking, yes, INFJs overthink a lot. And partly, like I said, because it's already happening on its own in the background. So it's not much of a stretch for us to tap into that and then be actually thinking about it. Misinterpretation, others see it as luck or paranoia. I guess luck on the good side of when our predictions come true, and then paranoia when something doesn't exactly pan out. It happens sometimes, but we don't always get everything right. But personally, like I said, I feel good about my track record of the past. And I would say a big part of that, how good an INFJ's track record is really based a lot on maturity and lessons learned from the past. Because there were times, much more often earlier in life, where I had a bad feeling or a hunch about something, and then I would just tell everybody my thoughts, and a little bit in a emotional way, not so much logical. So the mature INFJ or person in general is able to basically balance the emotional and the logic. And for one way of saying it, not tell others about it, not spill the beans or try to lay out any prediction until they've allowed it to simmer a little bit, maybe do a little bit more looking into that subject or talk to more people, whatever it is. And then once they get to the proper point, then share it with others. But in general, it's not like we're going to be talking about, oh, hello, how are you? I'm an INFJ, if you didn't know that already. And I have really great introverted intuition, and I'm going to predict your future. Don't go about it like that. keep that on the down low. So really the best way to explain any of these predictions or hunches to anybody is really just to do it very logically and just to show concern for them, do it in a loving way. But it needs to be the right person, just like all things. You can plant the seed, but it's not going to grow unless the soil is fertile and it's able to, or maybe it just takes a lot of waterings over many years. But those kinds of things are just decisions that you have to decide for each person. Okay, so wrapping it up with honing intuition. This is the best one for any of you who want to improve your intuition. It does take time, but it's very doable. And I would say for anybody, not just INFJs, but it makes light years of difference into the future when, like I said, you're just paying attention to it. You do a little bit of research into your own personality and understand your cognitive functions, how they work. You don't have to spend thousands of hours, even just maybe a couple dozen. I don't know. But that's going to be different for everybody too. How you can hone it is journaling your insights to track your accuracy, to simply not forget things that you've noticed, observations, how you came to that conclusion, and so forth, something you can look back on. Practicing mindfulness to amplify intuitive nudges. So that's what I said. It's as simple sometimes as just paying attention to it on a regular basis. And so maybe just watching a YouTube video once in a while, such as from yours truly, and getting one more description, explanation about how these things work could make all the difference, because then when you're interacting with a group of people, or you see something in the news, watch a person talk about that news, then you'll just naturally be thinking more on an intuitive and discerning level. So just be mindful of it. And then lastly, trusting instincts without second guessing. So that comes down to confidence and sometimes just taking a little risk. You know, if you feel passionate and strong enough about something, go ahead and put it out there somehow, or take some action that is backed up from your intuition. Just another idea for you. So intuition is a gift and a responsibility, no doubt. Like I said, it's one of those things sometimes I wish I could turn off, yet at the same time, it's a gift that I would never want to give away, despite the issues, not being able to explain it very well to others, or not having more people sort of trust it and listen to me, because it's such a rare thing and they don't understand it. So regardless of all those issues that happen every month, it's a real blessing to have. And it's helped me in many ways, many times, and it will continue to do so. So I hope that gives you a little bit better perspective and understanding of how INFJs predict the future and this intuition hack. If you have any questions or comments, like I said, let me know in the comments below. And please subscribe for more videos like this as I continue to try to vary up the content a little bit and give you guys some different things to keep you entertained and interested. So thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.